Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news. Now folks, if you're following the NFL and especially the NFC East, you already know that this offseason has been filled with drama, surprises, and shakeups that could redefine the landscape of the division. And one of the biggest stories that's been making waves lately is coming out of Washington, where the Commanders are facing a bit of a storm. That storm is centered around their star wide receiver, Terry Mclaurin. Now, Mclaurin has been a cornerstone of Washington's offense since he was drafted back in 2019, and over the years, he's established himself as one of the most reliable and explosive receivers in the league. 5 consecutive seasons with over 1,000 yards. That's no small feat. And he's accumulated over 300 yards and 38 touchdowns in just 97 games, which is pretty incredible for a player who's still in his prime. But what's happening now is threatening to throw all that stability into chaos. This story started as a simple holdout, a negotiation tactic, perhaps, or a way to get the team's attention. Mclaurin showed up to training camp, signaling that he was willing to work, but behind the scenes, the tension has been mounting. NFL insiders like Adam Schefter and Jordan Schultz have reported that Mclaurin has now requested a trade out of Washington. That's a pretty significant development. When a player of his caliber requests a trade, it's usually because he's feeling undervalued, or maybe he's simply seeking a fresh start with a team that appreciates his talents more. And in this case, it's clear that Mclaurin's patience has worn thin. What makes this situation even more intense is the fact that, historically, players have requested trades in Washington, but very few have actually been moved. The Commanders tend to hold onto their stars longer than most teams, often due to contractual or organizational reasons. But the fact that Mclaurin made this move now means something. It suggests that he's serious about leaving, and that he might not be willing to wait any longer for a new deal or a better situation. And let's think about the broader implications here. This isn't just about one player wanting a change. It's about the ripple effect it could have on the NFC East, the division that's already been highly competitive in recent years. The Eagles, as we all know, have been a powerhouse. After their Super Bowl victory a few years back and their consistent playoff appearances, they're now entering this season with a lot of momentum. But the Commanders, with Mclaurin potentially on the move, could be knocked down a notch, which would be a massive boost for Philadelphia's chances of winning the NFC East again. Last year, these teams split their regular season series, with the Eagles winning at Lincoln Financial Field and the Commanders bouncing back at FedEx Field. That rivalry is fierce, and it's always a key factor in who takes the division. But the playoff picture was heavily influenced by the NFC Conference Championship game, where the Eagles dominated the Commanders 55-23, clinching their spot in the Super Bowl. That game showcased just how dominant Philly's defense and offense were, and it set the tone for what many expect to be a continued push for Super Bowl glory. Now, if Washington is forced to trade away Mclaurin, it could be a blow to their offense's consistency and explosiveness. Without their top receiver, their attack could lose a vital element, making them less competitive in what's already a tough division. For the Eagles, this potential loss of Mclaurin is almost like a gift wrapped in a bow. It could make their path to repeat as NFC East champions and possibly secure another shot at the Super Bowl a whole lot easier. But on the flip side, if Washington keeps him, which, as of now, seems more uncertain than ever, it would make the division race much more interesting. Mclaurin's presence on the field forces defenses to account for him, opening up opportunities for the rest of the offense. His route running, speed, and ability to make big plays in clutch moments are top-notch. So keeping him would keep the Commanders in the fight, making the division race even tighter. What does this mean for the Eagles? Well, it's no secret that they're the team to beat in the NFC right now. Their roster is stacked, especially with Jalen Hurley leading the charge at quarterback, and their defense remains one of the most formidable in the league. The addition of talented players and their playoff experience last season only solidifies their status as favorites. But of course, every team in the division is hungry, and the NFC East always delivers drama. And let's not forget that the Eagles are coming into this season with high expectations. After going deep into the playoffs last year, they're looking to take that extra step and claim another Super Bowl ring. The front office has been strategic, re-signing key players and building a roster that balances youth and experience. Jalen Hurts, in particular, has been phenomenal. His development over the past couple of seasons has been nothing short of impressive. His ability to extend plays, throw accurately, and lead the team in clutch moments makes him one of the rising stars in the league. But beyond Jalen, the Eagles' receiving core is also dangerous, with players like Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown providing explosive options. The offensive line has been solid, giving Hurts the time he needs, and their defensive unit remains among the league's best. All this means that any distraction or loss within the division could be a golden opportunity for Philadelphia to solidify their dominance. Now, circling back to the situation with Mclaurin, it's important for fans to understand that while his trade request is a big story, nothing is set in stone yet. Washington's management might try to hold him, or they could decide to listen to trade offers and see what kind of return they can get. The NFL's trade market is always dynamic, and teams are willing to make bold moves if the price is right. For the Eagles, this could be a chance to target a receiver of McLaurin's caliber if he becomes available. But even if he stays, the division remains fiercely competitive. As we look ahead to the season, the NFC East is shaping up to be one of the most exciting divisions in recent memory. The Dallas Cowboys are still in the mix, and the New York Giants have been trending upward with their young core. But the Eagles, with their combination of talent, experience, and recent success, are seen as the team to beat. And this latest news about McLaurin only adds more fuel to the fire, making every game in the division even more critical. For Philadelphia Eagles fans, this is a moment to be excited and also a moment to watch closely. The NFL always surprises us, and a trade or a shift in the division could be the key to another deep postseason run. The Eagles are well positioned, and with a little luck, they could be the team hoisting that Lombardi trophy once again. So stay tuned, because this story is far from over and it's going to be fascinating to see how it unfolds in the coming weeks. The NFL never sleeps, and neither do the Eagles. They're ready to take on whatever challenges come their way, and they're determined to keep their legacy alive. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. Do you think Washington will really trade McLaurin? Or will they try to hold on to him and make him a part of their future? How do you see this impacting the NFC East race? Are the Eagles still the favorites in your eyes? Remember, this is a team that's been consistently contending, and with the way they've built their roster, they're poised to go even further this season. I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news on the Philadelphia Eagles, so stay tuned. The season is just around the corner, and the excitement is building. Thanks for being with us, and as always, go Birds!